Hi friends, today we will learn about classification of accounts. Before we move to the classification of accounts, let's understand why we need to classify the accounts. All the transactions that happen in the business have a dual effect. One will be debit and another will be credited. When we will do a transaction, it can be nature of purchase, sales, payment of salary, or purchase of any fixed assets. To understand it more clearly, let's take an example. Let's think we have a business of a stationery shop. We sold a books to a person. In return, he has given some money to us. We can see two accounts are taking place over here. One is sales and another one is cash. As we have studied earlier, every transaction have a dual effect, debit and credit. One will be debited and another will be credited. In this transaction also, one account must be debited and another one account must be credited. But how to understand it, that which account will be debited and which account will be credited? To know this answer, first we need to understand the classification of accounts. In traditional approach, the accounts are classified into two broad categories. One is personal account and another is impersonal account. The impersonal account is also two subcategories, real and nominal. Let's start with the personal account. The personal account relates to the personal Ram, Shyam, Geeta, Sunita, etc. Means accounts having a name of a person and of human being. But in personal accounting, they also include artificial and real person. Generally, in a company or any organization, the business are made in the name of company, not in the name of human being. The law of our country consider the company or any organization as a person or call it as a legal person, and that is a separate legal entity. The golden rules of debit and credits. The debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Let's understand with an example. If the Ram has given us money to the Shyam, here the Ram will be credited as he is giving the money and Shyam will be debited as he is receiving the money. Now we will see the impersonal account. Account which are not in personal nature is called impersonal account. Real account, subcategories are real account and nominal account. Here we have real account. The real account which relates to the assets or a property of an organization are called as a real account. Example: building, land, machinery, copyright, etc. These are real account. The golden rules of debit and credit. The real account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. For example, if we are buying a building, then building account will be debited. If we are selling it machinery, then machinery account will be credited. Now come to the nominal account. Nominal account are those account which relates to the income and expenses, losses and gains, etc. For example, rent received, sales, interest received, etc. Salary paid, rent paid, profit on sale of machinery, loss on sale of machinery. We can conclude that all the accounts appear in the profit and loss statement are nominal account. Here we will apply the golden rule of nominal account. Debit all the expenses and losses, credit all income and gain. For example, the salary paid, rent paid are expenses and it will be debited. Credit all the income and gain. For example, sales, interest received, these are the income of the company and these account will be credited. Let's recap everything. ठीक है, we have learned in this video, in the traditional approach the accounts are divided into two broad category: personal account, impersonal account. Impersonal account is also further categorized in real and nominal. The personal account relating to the person and the real account relating to the any organization, and nominal account relating to the income and expenses. The golden rule of debit and credit are as follows: personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver; real, debit the what comes in, credit what goes out; nominal, debit all the expenses and losses, credit all income and gain. Thank you and have a wonderful day.